Hello, this is Chiak, and we are back with Sam and Max. This time with episode 3, they stole Max's brain! Either way, let's get quickly into this because we need to get Max's brain back. Yes, I do.
Thanks to our magnificent brains, most of us live out our lives under the delusion that we are in control. But are our brains truly in control? Makes you think, doesn't it? Engrossed in the thrilling cinematic exploits of their ancestors, the freelance police have had no time to ponder these eternally vexing questions. But in mere moments, they and you will be plunged headfirst into these murky philosophical depths when Sam returns from his ill-timed bathroom break to discover they stole Max's brain.
Based on the similarly titled novel by Jane Austen.
Little buddy?
Oh, that's gross.
No.
That sound effect was gross.
No.
What happened?
Hey! What happened to Max? Talk!
We don't know! 1 second we were guarding the devil's toy box, then BAM! Out went the lights!
Through a fog of rage, darkness, and raisinets, I tried to remember what Flint Paper told me about interrogating suspects.
Rule number 1, don't let the suspect control the conversation. Get him talking, then surprise him. Interrupt him with a question, or call him a liar, freak him out. And if all else fails, bring little Miss Persuasion out for a stroll.
Wait, what? Stolen from the desk of Flint Paper investigation pummeling. Try interrupting the suspect's story with a question or a threat.
Actually, I think it was more of a boom, really.
Really? Because I distinctly heard it more like a...
Oh
Go
wow,
ahead.
that's a...
Put us out of our misery!
Since we've lost the devil's toy box, we might as well be dead anyway.
Too easy. Keep talking.
Well, that's the last thing we remember until you woke us up and started snarling at us.
Yeah, that's the last thing we remember.
Rule number 2, timing is everything. When you hear the suspect lying, that's when you jump in and accuse him.
Okay. When you interrupt different parts of a suspect's story, you get different responses. The right interruption at the right time can break the suspect.
Yup, I was totally unconscious the whole time.
Hurry it up. What happened to Max? Talk!
We
Oh,
don't
sorry.
know!
1 second we were guarding the devil's toy
It was
box.
supposed to be the you're lying
BAM!
part.
Out went the lights!
Actually, I think it was more of a boom.
You lie! Why are you lying?
We're not lying! Someone snuck up on us and knocked us out!
How do you think we wound up on the floor like that?
Okay. What else can you tell me?
Well, that's the last thing we remember
Okay,
until
this
you
one,
woke
here
us
go.
up and started snarling at us.
Yeah, that's the last thing we remember. Yup, I was totally unconscious.
Liar!
All right. I came to before Jebediah, just in time to hear the telltale sounds of a brain being removed from a bunny.
Obadiah, why didn't you do anything?
I was afraid that he'd remove my brain too.
Who? Who took Max's brain?
It was the space gorilla.
Skunkape!
Of course. He must have been released from the penal zone when the toy box was stolen.
I'm so sorry.
Not half as sorry as that brain-stealing space ape's gonna be when I catch up with him.
Rule number 3, mole men are easy. To crack the tough nuts, you'll need information to prove your case. Sometimes you gotta ask around to get the dirt on the doers. Now, go get 'em.
Sometimes info from one suspect will help you break another. Remember to interrupt at the right time to get the info you need. Good
I
luck.
wrote a mental note to thank Flint at Max's funeral and got ready to squeeze some punks.
Okay, I thought that was his mouth for a second and realized that's just his...
General Skunkape. I should have known. That space ape had wanted Max's brain ever since he found out it was special. Now that special brain was gone, and I was cut loose, drifting in the neon current, hoping for a lucky break. Hello, ugly. You're one of Skunkape's goons. Where's your boss? What did he do to my little buddy?
I don't know. I haven't seen General Skunkape since you unjustly imprisoned him in the penal zone. I'll never forget his final terrified howl as it echoed across the dimensional boundaries.
What happened next?
Since Skunkape's imprisonment, I've been reevaluating my life choices. I've abandoned violence for a career as a sign spinner. It's a very fulfilling low-temperature job. Are you trying to threaten me with that?
Maybe.
You are aware that my ultra-dense space gorilla hide renders me impervious to your puny earth bullets, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Where were we?
But enough about me. You should talk to the rat. Yes, the rat. He certainly seems...
You lie! There is no rat!
Excuse me. Have you seen this city? There's rats everywhere.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing, but...
Where's Skunkape?
I already told you. I don't know. I haven't seen General
Okay.
Skunkape since you
So maybe I try
unjustly
and
imprisoned him in the
line
penal
during this
zone.
section, rather
Never
than
forget his
tell me
final
more.
You're lying!
No, I'm not. I haven't seen the General, and I defy anyone to say otherwise.
Okay,
Go
so...
on.
As I was saying, since Skunkape's imprisonment, I've been reevaluating my life choices. I've abandoned violence for a career as a sign spinner.
You lie!
No, it's true. I've abandoned a life of violence and conquest for an honest, peaceful job as a sign spinner. See?
Ah, yes. So, where were we?
But enough about me. You should talk to the rat. Yes, the rat. He certainly...
Rat? What rat?
Frankie the rat. He traffics in stolen merchandise and tawdry gambling rings.
Where can I find him?
He hangs out on the corner of Veni and Vidi in the Latin Quarter.
Frankie the Rat. The name left a bad taste on my tongue and an itchy sensation in my boxers. Still, there wasn't a rodent more plugged into the bad wiring in the city.
What the...
Hey, rat.
Sam, buddy, how's it hanging?
My partner's got a bad case of a missing brain, and someone thinks you might know something about it.
Brain, huh? Well, I did see something unusual and brain-related a little while back.
Spill!
I was given directions to a confused tourist. Poor fellow was wandering around in circles, scaring off.
Where?
Hey, take it easy, big fella. I sent him right over that way, about 2 miles.
Frankie the rat helping a tourist? It was absurd. Absurd like Max was, back when he had a brain. So imagine my surprise when I found Frankie's tourist wandering around the bad side of town.
Oh! Ah!
You, foreign guy, what's your story?
An American police shakedown! How thrilling!
Yeah, it's a real honor. Now, what do you know?
Well, about an hour ago, I was getting directions to the museum district from one of your colorful local rats.
And Frankie sent you here?
Yeah,
That dirty lion rat.
you know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country.
What's Noir?
Another lost soul on the highway of life, forced to get directions from the rats at their feet.
Excuse me? I'm afraid I don't understand your greedy American metaphors and allusions. Skunkape, I was about to give him a tip for the help when all of a sudden a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg. Might have been more of an ödeler Spuck.
Ultra super colored what now?
A Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg. My people's word for a stunning battle between a strangely garbed man and an alien space gorilla carrying a brain in a jar. So, where was I? Oh, yes! After the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ibble-skibbled in a strange land. I left the scene of the crime, carrying nothing but the clothes on my back. And you know what else? I'm starting...
Liar!
Moi? Lie? How dare you make such an accusation without a shred of proof? When I get back to the hotel, I will report you to the European consulate at once.
Fine.
Fine. Now, where was I? Oh, yes.
Okay.
Let's hear your sad little story again, from the top.
Very well.
I just realized he's
Back in
getting
Europe, I
a...
had so many warnings about your country's rats, but this Frankie was so gracious and helpful. Is that one of your famous American handguns? Fascinating. We don't have any of these in Europe, you know. I was about to give him a tip for the help when all of a sudden a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg.
Ultra super colored what now?
A Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg.
sorry.
My people's word
can
for
I-
a stunning battle between a strangely garbed
Can I
man.
skip this? There we go. Sorry.
So,
It's
where
not
was
space.
Oh, yes! After the fight moved on, I discovered that some... And you know what else? I'm starting...
What?
Ibble-skibbled! It's a common European word that describes the feeling of mild disorientation combined with nagging doubts about a rat. Honestly, what do they teach you Americans in your schools?
Video poker.
So, what else would you like to know?
Okay.
People in this country are so intense!
I'm kind of curious, like, how... so far, this is what the gameplay is.
The
Do you go-
tourist seemed like just another victim circle in the drain, but I knew there was more to the story. It was time to circle back and flush out the truth.
Okay. Frankie the Rat. Oh, you're still here. Great.
What do you know?
We're just...
I was given directions to a confused...
To the museum district?
Yeah, poor fellow was wandering around in circles, scaring all the...
Don't lie to me, Frankie. I talked to your tourist, and it looks to me like you sent him over to the wrong side of town to get rolled by your rat pack.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but this conversation is over. I ain't saying nothing till I get some legal representation. The nerve of some people, trampling a rat's God-given merengue.
Do you want a lawyer? Here's an attorney from Smith & Wesson.
Okay, I'll talk. Sheesh. Like you guessed, I gave the tourist directions to the bad side of town, but I was just winding them up, really. Hey, ask me, the schmuck deserved it. What? You know, the bad side of town, Hoboville, Flemberg, Broken Corners, that area. Anyway, when the big fight broke out, me, the tourist, and the other gorilla ducked down behind a crate, and I, picked their pockets. The tourist was loaded with high-exchange European stuff, but all the other
gorilla? What other gorilla?
Believe it or not, it was another space ape. He was spinning a sign for some pet store to push, schlub.
So that dirty punk sign spinner did see Skunkape.
Anyway, after the fight moved on, the tourist got a nice souvenir for his trouble, and I skedaddled back here. And that's all I know, honest. Ask anybody.
Souvenir?
Yeah, something fell out of the funny hat guy's pocket, and the tourist scooped it up.
What was it?
I don't know, something.
So the tourist didn't leave empty-handed after all.
So what now?
Stick around. I may be back.
I shall count the minutes.
I love that the fact that they do just stick around. I'm gonna go back to the tourist first. Dark alley. Are you gonna still be here, sir?
Ooh,
Yeah.
a repeat performance.
Let's run through it one more time. And speak slowly. I'm an American.
As I said before, about an hour ago, I was getting directions to the museum district from one of your colorful local rats. You know, back in Europe, I heard so many warnings about your country's rats.
Hurry it up.
I was about to give him a tip for the help, when all of a sudden the Weltraumliebe at least I think it was Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg.
Then what?
After the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and...
Okay.
You know what else?
And this is where we go.
Don't play
You're
innocent
lying.
with me, metric lover. The rat saw you pick up something after the fight. Now spill.
Yeah, it's true. I took a souvenir from the fight. I didn't think anyone would notice. Here.
Norrington. Who the heck is Norrington?
I don't know. Just don't hurt me. You Americans are all animals.
Okay, so I'm guessing we're
Finally,
done
a clue.
completely.
Norrington. The name rang fewer bells than a sleigh in July. Fortunately, it didn't need to.
Are we just heading to Norrington now? We are.
Crimetron, do your stuff. What do you mean not found in database?
The Crimetron requires additional clues to make an informed deduction.
Clues? I haven't got time for clues. Max's body is starting to smell differently.
Then maybe you should stop yelling at my girlfriend and start with the clue-finding.
Grrr. The gorilla was lying to me about seeing Skunkape. I wondered what else he was lying about. I'm back! Now where's Skunkape?
I don't know. I haven't seen... I'll never
You haven't
forget his
seen
final
him. You're
terror.
lying.
Story ain't gonna wash, Bonzo. Your pal Frankie told me all about how you and he hid from a fight between Skunkape and some other guy. Now make with the lip flapping and I better like what I hear.
It's true. A few of your Earth minutes ago, I was spinning my sign for Frankie the Rat and a tourist when General Skunkape came running down the street, chasing after a strangely garbed man. To my everlasting shame, I cowered behind a crate like a...
Strangely garbed?
Yes, a man in a faded jacket and a strange hat. He seemed to be carrying a box of some sort. General Skunkape was in hot pursuit. After the general and the stranger fled the scene, I discovered that he had dropped this. I'm surprised he didn't come back for it, but he appeared to be in something of a hurry. Oh,
What's that? A brain remover?
I believe it's one of the toys of power that my general has been collecting for the past 25 Kryleks.
I knew that. Give me that toy.
No! I need it to get back in General Skunkape's good graces. Once I return this artifact to the general, he'll forgive my temporary abandonment of his goals and welcome me back to his crew with open arms.
Threaten. Let's threaten.
Oh, I've
Threaten
come
him.
to miss- That pitiful pop gun will never
Dad.
make me give up the rhinoplasty, Earth Dog.
What?
Give me
is
that
it?
toy!
Once I... Oh, how I've come to miss...
I thought you were a sign-spinning pacifist now!
I was, but the sight of the general pummeling that stranger rekindled my hours dormant lust to conquer the galaxy at his side.
Okay. I don't know if there's anything he
Where's
could
Skunkape?
possibly be lying
Weren't you
about.
paying attention? A few of your Earth minutes ago, I was spinning my sign to my everlasting shame.
You're lying!
Why would I lie?
Sorry, lost my angry train of thought for a second. Continue!
As I was after the general and the stranger fled the scene, I discovered that he had dropped this. I'm surprised he didn't come back for it, but he appeared to be in something of a hurry. Oh,
I dropped something once. I think it was my innocence. Then I dropped my compassion. Now I just drop punks.
is that supposed to be dark? It doesn't make sense.
Sue me. Give me that toy!
No! I need it to get back in General Skunkape's good graces! Once I return this artifact to the General, he'll forgive my temporary abandonment of his goals and welcome me back to his crew with open arms. Oh, how I've come to miss standing at my General's side these past few...
Huh. You're fooling yourself, kid.
What are you talking about?
The only thing Skunkape's gonna welcome you with is a fistful of phasers. You can't go home again. You can't even get on the porch. You've tasted the apple, peed in the pool, bitten the hand that rocks the cradle. You're a sign spinner to him now, and that's all you're ever gonna be.
You're right. It's hopeless. No matter what I do now, I'll never soar through the galaxy at my General's side ever again.
And I hate to tell you, but you're not a very good sign spinner either.
Wow,
I hated to see a grown gorilla cry, so I got in the car and looked for another lost soul to join me as I gazed into the abyss. The last time we saw the rhinoplasty toy, Max's special brain used it to turn into a bazooka. Now it was going to lead me to the guy who stole that special brain. It wasn't exactly ironic, but I didn't care.
Okay, so now we're
Okay,
playing
Tron, this is your last chance before I start looking for an upgrade.
Okay. I thought the game froze for a minute there.
Come on,
Technically
you
did.
obsolete hunk of junk. Talk! Where's Skunkape?
Well, he's
Sam,
already-
no!
Stop holding out on me!
Get away from her, you brute.
Museum of Mostly Natural History.
Finally.
Audiences across the country say, you're a monster, Sam.
What have you become?
The Museum of Mostly Natural History, the tarnished jewel of the city's once thriving museum district. Max and I always meant to visit, but we'd never gotten around to it. Now we were finally going to take in its thrilling and dubiously educational displays with a vengeance. All right, Skunkape, it's time to pay the piper, plus tax and applicable service fees.
Oh! Okay, now we're...
I'll take a look around after I track down Max's brain.
Okay, so I think we just need to straight away... Up there. Oh my god.
Yield to my superior technological might, necromancer!
Blow it out your simian hindquarters, barbarian!
Skunkape and paperweight? He's looking pretty spry for a 120-year-old. And there's the Devil's Toy Box. And is that...
Sam! Get me out of here! This whole place smells like gorilla and patchouli.
Sam, the interloper who foiled my scheme to collect the toys of power and re-imprisoned me in the penal zone?
Sam? The great-grandson of the patron who put the kibosh on my intricate plan to unleash Yog-Sothoth and take over the world?
I hate that guy.
I hate that guy!
Yes, a common enemy. I propose an alliance.
You get the galaxy, I get the Earth?
Agreed!
Nice going, Bubble Brain.
Don't blame me. I'm still trying to find the volume controls on this thing.
Minions, after him!
Sam? Aw, man! Now I'm stuck in here with the alliance of C-list supervillains. It was way more fun when they were fighting. Look at all those cool psychic toys. Am I doing that?
Indeed, yes. Your psychic brain, melded to Monsieur Paperweight's sorcery and my super science, have created a techno-arcanic whirlpool, drawing the toys to this convenient container.
So that explains the giant sucking sound in my head.
No, that's just you.
Hey, bad guys, how about a little light show? It's getting boring in here.
I'm afraid that tonight's performance of Mundane Objects in Space, A Cosmic Odyssey, has been cancelled, so that the Yeneler and I might use the projector to summon the scattered psychic toys from the four corners of the globe.
Aww.
Okay.
Is that an espresso machine? Because I've always wanted to pour caffeine directly into my brain.
This device is used to maintain the complex matrix of energies between the Devil's Toy Box, your magnificent brain, and Paperweight's chaos magic, and funnel them into the planetarium's crude projector.
Fascinating. Now tell me more about my magnificent brain. Hey, Skunkape!
Yes?
Oh, I was wondering why.
So, long time no see.
Long time? Yes. If only you knew how long. It has been but a handful of Earth hours since you and your companion imprisoned me in the penal zone. However, due to the temporal phase shifting of the zone, I experienced years of maddening nothingness during those fleeting hours.
Ah, that would explain the tiny crow's feet around the eyes. Not to mention that telltale old gorilla smell. What are you doing here, anyway?
The same thing I was doing all those years ago.
Boring me to tears?
Gathering the toys of power so that I might conquer the galaxy.
What are you two scamps doing with the Devil's Toy Box?
We're tapping the nigh-infinite power of your brain to create a bifurcated vortex of technological and arcane energies to impel the toys of power to return to their point of origin via a 5-dimensional matrix of quantum foam and sympathetic magics.
Yes, of course.
You have no idea what I just said, do you?
No, but if it means more psychic toys for me, then vortex away. Now that you and Fezhead have stopped fighting, could you tell me how my brain ended up outside my sexy little body?
I took it from you after I was suddenly ejected from the penal zone.
How come I didn't notice?
You appeared to be entranced by a primitive form of Earth entertainment.
Around here, we call it a popcorn coma, big guy. What are you planning to do with my brain once this whole Toys for Jerks drive is over?
The same thing I planned to do before you yanked me into your ASAT's penal zone. plug your brain into my ship's central computer and use your terrifying psychic powers to conquer the galaxy.
Couldn't we just use them to cruise for chicks? The ladies love a good spoon bending.
That's curious. My scans indicate you don't even like girls.
I see you've got your old band of lackeys back together.
Yes, yes. My mighty army is once again ready to take on the galaxy. At least they would be if Paperweight's filthy security guard wasn't underfoot. That disease-carrying insect had better keep his pestilent thorax away from my boys.
Could you try not to kill Sam? He's my designated driver whenever I'm in the sauce like this.
Oh, my minions won't kill him.
That's good.
They're under strict orders to drag him beaten and bloodied to my feet, so that he might witness my ascension to ruler of the galaxy.
Just so long as he can still drive.
Okay.
Why are you working with that creepy paperweight guy?
Monsieur Paperweight and I have reached an accommodation.
Is that legally permitted in this state?
I'm lending my scientific prowess to his mystical efforts to draw the toys of power into the so-called Devil's Toy Box.
That spell thing Paperweight's working on. It wouldn't have something to do with summoning an elder god by the name of Yog-Sothoth, would it?
Now that you mention it, Yog-Sothoth's name did come up once or twice. He's certainly touchy about that precious tapestry of his.
Yeesh.
Okay, I think that's it there.
Could you go over there for a while? The way you're salivating over my anterior cortex is creeping me out, frankly.
Very well.
Okay. So after that, what else is? What is this? Whoa.
What's that for?
That controls our new laser light show. It will bring many, many young people to the museum.
If you can lure them away from their zoetropes.
Okay.
Hey you, Fez guy!
What is it?
How come you haven't aged a day since my great-grandpa kicked your demon-summoning butt back in the olden times?
The horrible secret of my apparent immortality is too terrible to comprehend, and would surely drive an uninitiated mind such as yours to the brink of madness were I to utter it.
So, Pilates then? What are you doing in this 2-bit museum anyway?
Since my defeat at the hands of your meddling ancestors, I've insinuated myself into the archaeological community, painstakingly gathering the requisite toys of power necessary to reopen a doorway between our world and the realm of Yog-Sothoth.
Nerd. What are you and Corporal Buttcheeks here doing with the Devil's Toy Box anyway?
We're unwinding and rewiring the synapses of your brain to cast a blasphemous net of tech necromancy across the reality so that the toys of power may be properly encased within the Devil's Toy Box.
Ah, that's about what I thought.
Really? Repeat what I just said.
Blah, blah, blah. I've got a wonderful brain! Blargy, blargy. More toys for me! You're a magical mumbo-jumbo guy, so maybe you can tell me. What's the deal with me having psychic powers all of a sudden? Am I going through the change?
It's difficult to say. The only minds on this plane capable of wielding the toys of power are the insane, the simple, or the defective.
Ah, you've been reading my press, kid.
But encountering two special brains in the same bloodline is practically unheard of. Your lineage is most peculiar and dangerous.
You should see us during holiday cookouts. Could you try and stop your new buddy from zapping Sam with a banana-shaped ray gun or whatever?
Why should I give a hell-beast's hangnail about the fate of Sameth's brood?
Well, let me get back to you on that. Pretty grubby joint you got here.
It's one of the finest collections in the world. Our Yog-Sothoth tapestry is one of a kind.
Gee, it'd be a shame if Skunkape's minions ripped your tapestry to shreds and used it for space towelettes. You know, accidentally.
Yeah, don't even think of such a thing.
Why are you and that big dumb ape Skunkape working together?
General Skunkape and I have had a meeting of minds over our mutual loathing of you, your partner, and your forefathers.
So that added up to what? One mind between you?
I just hope his brain-dead minions can dispose of your partner without injuring any of my employees.
Okay.
All this talking with my brain is making me tired. Let's talk later.
Okay, so that should be that for any of... I don't... Oh, I can look behind me. Can I look behind me? Is there anything behind me to look at? Doors. I can look at doors.
These two goofs are about as entertaining as public radio. Oh, I sure hope Sam survived the attack of the minions. I've got a lot of complaining to do.
Okay, and that just fast forward, puts us in Sam's shoes. Oh, they just, what? They just go back inside?
Well, at least I know that Max's brain is still alive and kicking. I'll never get back in there while Skunkape and Paperweight are working together. Maybe I can break up those lovebirds from out here.
Okay, well, we know something about Yog. Oh my god, I can't. Let's just go, please.
Hey, you!
Who, me?
Don't get kid with me, wise guy. What are you doing in the museum after dark?
I'm Sam. I'm with the freelance police.
Freelance police, eh? I heard a lot about you guys. A lot. I'm Sal, museum's security guard. You must be looking into all the freaky shenanigans going on around here tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Well, feel free to poke around. But right now you gotta do something about this pile of trash.
That's not trash. That's my partner.
Partner, trash, potato, potato. If it's not up and moving in the next few minutes, I'm tossing that smelly lump of guts into the incinerator.
Incinerator? Yeesh.
Okay, well.
That fellow reminds me of my great-granduncle Eustachius.
So the question for me is, where can I find the tapestry of Yog-Sothoth?
Hey, it's a Moai head. How's it hanging, big guy? Fine, be that way.
Okay, that's probably in reference. Oh, here we go.
Tapestry of Yog-Sothoth, overfiend of the dank dimensions, on loan from the East Village chapter of the Knights of Yog-Sothoth. He doesn't look so tough.
I just realized there's like...
Behold, the dread wonder of Yog-Sothoth, overfiend of the dark dimension.
Yeah. I'm glad my great-grandpa stopped that trans-dimensional beauty from manifesting in the East Side.
Okay. Anything else? Now I noticed that there is this guy over here.
Museum of Mostly Natural History Guided Tour. Ah, an audio guide that attempts to make sense of the nonsensical museum displays. I should tape one of these for our office.
Okay. So we finally got an item.
It says it's an information desk, but I feel dumber just looking at it.
Okay.
It's too bad Max's mighty psychic brain isn't here. There's all sorts of new phone numbers on this courtesy phone.
Earthdog Man, where do you think you're going?
I'm, just looking for the snack foods exhibit.
No one leaves here. Skunkape's orders.
Why?
We're supposed to be on the lookout for, Sam. That's it, Sam. Are you Sam?
No, my name is, Tyrone. Sam's that guy.
Tis we! I've arrived at the world-famous Museum of Mostly Natural History. And look, a cute little animatronic monkey.
Mahila to Skunkape, I've successfully neutralized the one known as Sam.
Yes? Describe him.
Pink, hairless, difficult to place accent.
That's not Sam, you fool. Now don't bother me again until you find Sam.
Apparently that, wasn't Sam.
Oh well, happy hunting.
Thank you, Tyrone.
So I'm wondering if we need to get some light light up and stay lit up, so we can say, oh, it's that thing up there.
Oyosaurus henway. I'd better find a way to get Max's body moving before Sal chucks it into an incinerator.
Okay, what do we have here? Activate.
No, don't think so.
I'm trying to. Okay.
The end of the world is predicted by top apocalypsologists. Some say the world will end in fire, some in ice, but it takes a truly advanced mind to envision an apocalypse that revolves around a many-eyed, many-horned, walking purple people eater.
Okay. Either way, I do need to end the set here, so thank you for liking if you liked, thank you for commenting if you commented, thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, thank you for favoriting if you favorited, thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys, see ya!